Hey guys, today's video is about 5 ways to boost your testosterone levels. Now, testosterone is very important if you're a man, especially in regards to your energy levels, building muscle, your risk of certain diseases such as cardiovascular disease and cancer. So for many reasons it's very important that we have, a good testosterone level and a little bit higher than normal, if you want to build muscle and things like that. It's obviously of a lot of help. So let's get started with the 5 ways to boost your testosterone level. Number 1 is to stop drinking alcohol. There's tons of studies online, just Google it. If you drink alcohol regularly, or if you drink alcohol in excess, or both, it massively drops your testosterone levels. Even just a couple of alcoholic drinks, it will drastically reduce your testosterone level. So if you're trying to build muscle, for example, even a couple of drinks at the weekend, that's going to drop your testosterone levels dramatically, and it really is going to have an effect on that, especially if you want to build muscle, if that's your goal at the moment, or if you've just got low testosterone levels and you want to increase them. If you do have the odd drink here and there, that will have an effect. So it's better off to cut out all alcohol if increasing the levels is particularly important to you. Now, number 2 is to get enough sleep. Now, sleep is very important for both weight loss, gaining muscle, and just for general life. You always feel, whenever you haven't had enough hours of sleep, you always feel, very tired, very, a huge lack of energy. You don't want to do anything. You can't focus on work. You get irritable and things like that. So between 7 to 9 hours of sleep is shown to increase testosterone levels the most. If you don't get that many hours sleep, you just need to try and rearrange your schedule and try and get those hours in. You might not want to go to bed an hour earlier, but it will have an effect in boosting those levels. So you need to and it needs to be regular sort of sleeping pattern. You don't want to get into the habit of one day it's 6 hours sleep, the next day 12 hours sleep, especially if you're combining what I said in the first point. If you're drinking a lot, staying up late, then that's going to affect your sleep as well, and that's even further going to reduce your testosterone levels. So a good solid 7 hours at least of sleep, quality sleep where you're not waking up in the night, is important to increase your testosterone levels. One thing you can take which can help you get to sleep if you're struggling with sleep is magnesium. So you search for foods that are high in magnesium, or you could take a magnesium supplement. Depends. Obviously, it's better to get it naturally through food. Certain mushrooms and things have high levels of magnesium, but it depends. Whatever's your preference. Now, number 3 is to start working out, to lift weights, basically. Now, cardio won't really increase your testosterone levels much. It needs to be weightlifting, resistance training. You need to be, lifting heavy weights, and it's better to lift heavy and a small amount of reps if you want the maximum increase in testosterone. And of course, testosterone itself helps in lifting weights and gaining muscle. So it's a cycle there. If you lift weights, you'll get more testosterone, which will make it easier to build muscle, as a result. So you need to start exercising if you're not. Obviously, as far as building muscle, testosterone is probably the most important thing. We all know what it can do when it's added to the body. Certain bodybuilders and people people that compete, they add additional testosterone, and we all can see the drastic effects. They gain muscle even if they don't work out, just through the huge testosterone levels. When you combine that with working out, it's a huge amount of muscle growth. So you need to work out if you want to increase your testosterone levels, and it will make you feel better overall as well. It's always something I recommend. It will make you feel happier, make you feel more confident. So there's no reason not to. Improves your health, improves your aesthetics. It's just great overall. So working out for number 3. Number 4 is to lose weight. This is probably the most important one, because estrogen, which is the main female hormone, it's basically estrogen and testosterone. Testosterone is the male hormone. They're basically in competition with each other there. And when testosterone is converted to estrogen, which is natural, you know, a small amount, but when it's converted, in fat it's converted basically. So the more body fat you've got, the more it will be converted, you know, the more it will scale off. So, you know, the most important thing you can do in terms of boosting your testosterone level is to lose weight. More specifically, to lose body fat, not just, you know, weight. You don't want to lose your bone density, but you know, you want to lose your body fat. You want to get that body fat percentage down, and you'll see a drastic increase in your testosterone levels. So that's important for health as well and general well-being. And of course, if you're building muscle there, you know, reducing the fat that's around those will help, you know, show that off a bit more. So losing weight is probably the most important thing on this list. You know, it will have the largest effect, and you can see that yourself if you do, you know, a test of your testosterone levels at the moment when you're overweight, and then start to lose weight, and you'll see how quickly testosterone will increase. One thing that is important is if you're slim, or if you're into competing in bodybuilding, that kind of things, if you go too low body fat percentage, you know, to those shredded levels, that's when it will have a, you know, the adverse effect. You know, your testosterone levels will actually drop then. So you need to be around, I would say between sort of 10 and 18% body fat. 18 is perhaps a little bit high, but you know, 10 to 15 for example would be perfect. That's where you look good, and you'll have, you know, really good hormone sort of function there. You know, if you go down to sort of below 10% body fat towards, for example, 8%, where most people say that they're you know, shredded, you know, that super abs look and, you know, very cut sort of muscle definition. When you get to that level of low body fat, that's when it will affect your hormone levels, and you'll feel, you know, a lack of energy. You won't feel sort of any sort of desire for women, for example, or whoever you're attracted to. Your sort of desire levels will drop. You won't feel it, you know, you won't have the effects of testosterone, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So, you know, it is important to lose weight if you're overweight, but just get into the healthy range, really, and don't go too far. If you go down too low, you know, it's just going to damage your testosterone, and then you won't be able to gain more muscle effectively and things like that. So, you know, just take that into consideration there. Now, number 5 is vitamins and supplements, basically. So the main things that have been proven, you know, 100% basically, to have a large effect on testosterone levels are vitamin D, zinc and magnesium. Vitamin D, if you don't know, you mostly get that from the sun. It's not in a lot of foods. One food that is in button mushrooms, so you can eat some of that if you want to build it sort of naturally. Otherwise, just go out in the sun. If you live in a cold country like me, then sometimes there isn't a lot of sun, so you can get a bit from your diet, and then perhaps a supplement there, or a multivitamin that's got, you know, your daily needs of vitamin D. As far as zinc is concerned, you know, if you get a multivitamin, it will cover vitamin D and zinc, basically. Magnesium has a slightly lower effect, but it is proven to have some effect. And another benefit of magnesium is it helps improve your sleep. And as I said before, that's one of the things that's important for increasing your testosterone levels and keeping them high, is good quality sleep of 7 to 9 hours. You know, quality sleep where you're not waking up and things. So magnesium, as well as helping your testosterone levels by itself, it will also help you know, increase your quality of sleep and the amount of time that you sleep. So they're the 5 ways to boost your testosterone levels. I hope this is of some help. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, give me a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, guys.